Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Morgan if you're new here, and I am a 6th grade math and science teacher, and I also love all things Disney. But today is not about Disney, and it is not about teaching. It is about something completely different and slightly related to Disney. It is about Harry Potter. So, back in August when I went, if you haven't checked out my Disney haul from August, I will leave it linked down below. Definitely go check that out. I got awesome and amazing things. But back when I went in August, I also got the opportunity to go to Universal Studios and see Harry Potter World for the very first time. If you don't know me, I am a huge Harry Potter fan, and I love Harry Potter. I have loved it since I was little. I used to try to read the books, and the librarian at school would say, "You're not on that reading level, you better go put that back." And I would be like, "But I really like Harry Potter." So I love Harry Potter, long story short. And I have never been to Harry Potter World since it opened. I went maybe when I was in like 3rd grade to Universal Studios, way back before Harry Potter was probably even a thing then. Of them putting it in the parks, and so I finally got to go. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this haul. In this time of COVID, you cannot go anywhere in any park or any store without seeing some type of mask on people's face and up for sale. Universal Studios has their own set of face masks, just like Disney does, and I could not resist. If I'm in the park, I might as well pick one up for the park. So I got a Gryffindor mask. Gryffindor. So these were for sale. They were the same price as Disney masks, so like $6, I think. And they are actually a different material. So they are actually a little bit more of a athletic material, which I actually like a lot better. It fits a lot nicer. It's not as snug on my face. It was great for walking around in the parks, especially on the hot days. I just put this on, and I didn't have something sitting directly against my face. It kind of was a little bit better. And I've also realized that when I wear this with my glasses, they don't fog up as much, and I think it's just because it's looser, so the air from my mouth can get out further. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on to show you guys. So it is just like that. As you can see, it is kind of loose, and I like that, but it does stay on my face. I never had a problem with this mask falling off my face. They did have one for every single house, so that's just kind of what it looks like. So they did have one for every single house, like I was saying. They had Slytherin, Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, and all the Gryffindor ones. I got Gryffindor because I am a Gryffindor, and I just love Harry Potter. So that was the first thing I got. The second thing I got, so I can't go into any park without getting a pin, so I got a Hedwig pin. Hedwig is one of my favorite characters, and spoiler if you didn't know, but in the 7th book and movie, when some bad things happen to Hedwig, I cried my eyes out for days, both when I read the book and when I watched the movie. So definitely, if you haven't checked that out, go check that out. It's really sad, but really sweet and cute. So I had to get a pin of Hedwig. I also saw this in the shop. I believe this was in the gift shop right as you got off Hagrid's not Hagrid's Magical Motorbike. We did go on Hagrid's Magical Motorbike, but that didn't have a gift shop at the end. It just had a picture stand. So this was in, I believe, the gift shop to the castle ride. I believe so. So I got this cute pin and it says Hogwarts Alumni, and it is so cute. It has all of the houses on it, and I always wanted to go to Hogwarts when I was little. I always thought that's where I would go to college. Little did I know that it was a fake place, but now I can always say that I went there because I have a pin that says I am an alumni. And then our last pin that I got from Harry Potter World would be my main man, my favorite character in the books other than Harry himself, Dobby the house elf. So all of these pins have a star pin back, which is different. And as you can see, the price there, it was a $9 pin. And I'm just going to take him off the back here. And I kind of like these pins a little bit better than Disney pins because they come on this nice felt background that really protects and cushions the pin, especially when people are looking through them and picking them up a lot. So this is the back of the pin. It just has, sorry, I'm trying to get a good view. There it is. Here's the back of the pin. It just says, I don't know if it's going to focus, but it just says Harry Potter on the back of it. And is a regular sandback. It just does also say Universal Studios and Harry Potter World, the Magical World, or the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. And then the last thing I picked up from Harry Potter World was this really beautiful ornament. So Christmas is one of my favorite holidays, and I don't have a whole lot of ornaments since I did just move out of my mom's house. I have gotten some of my ornaments from her, but I wanted to start kind of getting some of my own. And this was just too pretty not to pass up, and I don't even know if I'm going to hang it on my tree. I might just hang it up somewhere in my apartment so I can look at it all year long. This is what it looks like. That is the back. This is the front. There's really no difference except that there was a plate on the bottom and the back. And the really fun thing about this is that it moves. This is the Hogwarts Express if you're unfamiliar with Harry Potter. And I actually got to ride the Hogwarts Express. So while you're there, if you have the 2-park ticket, which we did because I wanted to see both parts of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, you can actually ride the Hogwarts Express back and forth between the parks, and it's a really fun and interesting ride. I rode it from the side that has Hagrid's magical motorbike side, so it's like Hogsmeade almost. I rode it from that side going to Diagon Alley, so I think that's Islands of Adventure going to Universal Studios Park. I never got the opportunity, however, to ride it back because at the end of the day, the lines were really long to ride it back, and we just were kind of over it. Gringotts had broken down, so I never got to ride that, and we had waited around for about 2 hours hoping it would restart, and it never did. So if you know how Gringotts is, let me know down in the comments. Is it worth for me to go back? The whole trip in general, Harry Potter World, it was awesome. Everything was amazing. If you're a big Harry Potter fan, I totally recommend it. However, if you have ever been to the Studios tour in London, it is very similar. The only difference is that this one has butterbeer, and the studio tours I felt were just a little bit more authentic than Universal Studios, which of course it's going to be because that was the actual sets and the actual props. I did get a chance to go back when I was in high school, and it was just amazing. If you're a Harry Potter fan, I 10 out of 10 would recommend that you go. Try to take the trip to London and go and see that studio tour. I am dying to go back there. It is just an amazing experience. It's really a whole day adventure, and I would really recommend going back. But if you can't make it out there, then definitely go to Universal Studios, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. It is definitely very similar. They did not scrap on anything. It looks very similar to how Disney builds their different lands. I've never, like I said, I haven't been to Universal Studios in a really long time. So walking through the park, everything kind of felt like a little cheap, a a little staged, a little whimsical than I would have appreciated or than I remember. It definitely felt like a theme park more than anything else, until you stepped into Harry Potter World. And then it was like you were transformed. You were moved into a whole nother part of the world. Especially going down Diagon Alley, and going into all that area. It's unbelievable what they did there and what they were able to accomplish, and they even just everything there is so amazing, and I hope one day to go back. I don't know that I would go back for both parks. I didn't really like any of the other rides at Universal Studios. I do get motion sickness, so some of the other rides were just a little too much for me, and my sister doesn't really like roller coasters all that much, so there wasn't a whole lot for us to do outside of that, but we did go on a few things, and we did have a really nice time. So 10 out of 10 would recommend going to Harry Potter World if you have never been and you are a Harry Potter fan. That's it for my video today, guys. I know it was a smaller haul, but I did buy a lot of stuff at Disney, so I tried to limit myself at Universal Studios. But I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and you hit the bell notification so you're notified every time I post. And I hope you all have a magical day. See you on the next one. Bye!